The beginning. They say you don't choose when your story begins. Sometimes, it starts with an epic virtual battle and a few legends connected from across the world. Moises Sitlali, the Kaiwi girls. Moises Circus 60 and 9. Yo Ursus 47 running.
That night, we planned a challenge, but the real mission was keeping my friends alive and finishing the game no matter what. Between screams, laughter, and last-minute strategies, something inside me woke up. My old-school gamer instincts kicked in. The goal? Keep the fun alive, and the party rolling. Looks like somebody dozed off no names. Cough. And our archer who never hits the bullseye, but never misses a drink.
The next day, wrapped in the glow of memory, their mind wandered back to the laughter and the beautiful mess they'd made. Ursus pedals into the sunrise, but his mind races elsewhere. Tonight wasn't about miles. It was about chasing two ghosts. The electric night his team made history, and the rusty bicycle laughter heap, a memory that tastes like glory. Flashback 1997. Retro filter. In his Cruz Azul jersey, the boxy TV crackles to life, broadcasting the championship match the air, thick with the static of destiny. Screams, confetti, Carlos Hermosillo raising the trophy face streaked with blood. In 97, Cruz Azul broke the curse. After 17 years of drought, champions at last.
Back then, my jersey was my armor, and my brother Juan showed up like always yelling, laughing, ready for whatever chaos came next.
Hey bro, where you at? I fixed your bike good as new. Let's take this beast for a spin.
I know the perfect spot to test the bike. I've always been curious to uncover the legend of the mysterious mountain.
Juan yells, "Don't be a pussy, bro." Ursus laughs. Ha! Fear doesn't ride donkeys, but it sure rides bikes. Next thing you know, Juan comes torpedoing down the hill like a madman, screaming, "Holy shit," like some twisted mantra. Ursus, stubborn as hell, pride leading the charge, launched himself. But that goddamn bike wasn't fixed right. The wheel spins freely into the void.
Damn it, bro. I was waving at you not to go down.
From where I stood, your terror looked like pure joy. My face? A battlefield. My jersey? A banner. That 97 glory stayed Spottle 7 if I didn't.
Return to the origin. Back to the mountain. 2025. Ursus, now 47, climbs the same slope. The waterfall still roaring behind him. The breeze, the memories all whispering at once.
We never tried reaching the waterfall again, until today. A glowing blue ring appears a portal.
There where the waterfall's mist met the sunlight hung a cerulean halo. Not of this world, not of any world he knew. Suddenly, it emerges the keeper of the pass.
Holy shit, dude. You nearly scared my soul out of my body.
27 years I've waited for you. You walking, talking, eyes shut. But the universe unfolded before me.
The moment I stepped toward it, a forgotten part of my soul flickered to life.
Only those with pure souls may return from the waterfall.
Huh. That explains why no one came back. So it is a mystery spot.
And so, the legend of Ursus U-47 begins. The past, lived it. The present, I play it. The future, we write that together. The source code. There are doors you can't see. Portals not on any map. And there's a moment, just one, when the soul leaps without asking. The universe hesitates, just long enough for the soul to act on pure instinct. Ursus crossed. Absolute silence. Darkness for milliseconds. Then, an explosion of light. An ocean of stars. The entire universe vibrating in color. What? Is this? His very essence felt a peace he'd never known, as if all the pain had been worth it. just to stand here. But human thoughts drift to the past. Ursus remembered. His parents, years gone, the weight of unhealed wounds still inside.
We always loved you, son. Forgive us. We gave you a burden you never deserved. We took your childhood in your dreams. But don't carry this pain anymore. We're watching over you. We always have. Ursus, Cheetahs, never doubted you. Not your heart, not your damn stubbornness. Forgive me for the beatings. That was my frustration, not your fault.
Ursus hugged his father tightly.
Forgive me for promising to quit drinking and failing. I was weak, but my love for you never wavered. I never changed my ways, but my love for you never wavered. I love you, my Licious, with all that I was, all I failed to be, and all that still lives in your heart.
With that same fierce love, he embraced his beloved mother. He collapsed not from pain, but the weight of the reunion. Then, and from it, emerged a figure.
Hello, I'm Goddess Choi, your guide. Here, Ursus, everything is possible. You can create what you desire. Want to see your parents again? Just imagine. They live in your soul. Remember when you couldn't focus in class? That wasn't distraction, it was imagination. Your gift. You're intelligent. You solve. You create. And, most importantly, you have a purpose. Keep your soul pure, your mind and body healthy, and you'll walk between worlds. And I'll always be here.
In that instant, Ursus understood. The Matrix isn't a prison. And there it happened, the transformation. Ursus, the virtual rebirth, soul reborn, eternal connection. The healing power that awakens from the deepest core of existence. Our alternate universe, where the soul commands. And together, we're building it. Don't fear crossing portals. Sometimes, crossing them is remembering who you are. Children of fire, water, and healing. No one could have predicted that from the union of a wise, indigenous Japanese woman and a mighty Aztec warrior with Greek and Spanish blood. 3 children would be born to change history. This is where our story begins. Aztec, Ursus, bear, mystery. Ursus had eyes like a jaguar in the mist, hair dark as moonless nights. Areli, the youngest, glowed like an exotic flowersky blue eyes, serene smile. Juan, the middle, was strong even as a boy, his warm gaze irresistible to the village. They lived between ancient pyramids and dense jungles, surrounded by wisdom and spirit. Every sunrise brought a new song. Every sunset, the promise of another tale. One day, Ursus saved a baby bird using leaves and mud. Another time, he freed a jaguar from a trap. That act marked him as the protector, the healer. Then, strangers came. Everything changed. At first, they were kind, but masks soon fell. Conflict erupted in silence. No war declared, just a sickness the visitors brought. Addictions consumed the elders. Ursus's parents were no exception. Alcohol replaced dance. Sadness replaced ritual. Juan began to vanish too. Ursus begged his mother to stop drinking. "We need you." Ursus, still young, spoke with an elder's voice.
We share one health. Your pain is our pain. If you fall, we all fall.
The war continued. One moonless night, both parents died. Tears in their eyes, broken promises on their lips. Years passed. Ursus clenches his jaw, eyes brimming with unshed tears. He looks at his 2 starving, innocent brothers and knows no parents remain, only him. Ursus, Juan, innocence buried under hunger, violence, and a world that forgot them. The neighborhood grew darker, the air thicker, but Ursus kept his promise. One rainy night, he carried a torn backpack, his siblings' hands in his. Ahead, an old pirate ship enemy territory. A desperate escape, but with faith. Some say it was fate. Others say they chased a better future. I say they thirsted for justice. A storm struck. Lightning, waves, wind. The ship split apart. Consciousness returned to Ursus and Juan on foreign sands. The salt air tasting of Asia. Night crawled by. Time mocking their despair. Drenched, skin salted and cut, they stumbled through branches and shadows. Rally, rally, Juan cries out, his voice cracking. Silence answers. Only the whisper of wind through the waves remains. Every second weighs like a stone. The moon vanishes. Darkness swallows them whole. Ursus collapses, screaming, Aurelie, Aurelie! In dreams, Ursus sometimes saved her. A voice whispered from the ocean's depths. Atlantis! 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 What is that city? Is Aurelie there? Alive? Or just a memory trapped in time? And here, the story truly begins. The phoenix, the flower, the lost laughter. Years after the storm, Ursus became the warrior carrying the world on his shoulders. Fire in his gut. One, king of sarcasm. I, sad, soul shattered, healing others with jokes. And Aurelie, the flower, the one who fell into the sea, only to bloom not wither. It all began with a choice. The fire, a trapped child, the bridge collapsing. He chose to save that boy, and the price was a friend's soul, the one left behind in battle. Ursus tried to turn back, to save him, but the bridge gave its final scream. From that moment, he burned inside. No one knew, but every night, as he closed his eyes, the fire whispered, "Why him and not me?" The fire of guilt scorched his very being, but surrender wasn't an option. He'd have to rise, a goddamn phoenix. Juan, for his part, laughed with his whole being. Laughed so hard it made others forget to weep. But in the shadows, he swallowed the poison of silence. Since childhood, he'd hidden behind jokes. He'd danced with abysses since youth. After the terrible incident fueled by his addiction, she tore himself away from Ursus. The reasons were many. His destiny lay elsewhere. He wouldn't be a samurai like Ursus. He'd be a ninja, hiding his face behind a mask. He learned to extract toxicity and forge poison darts. For years he experimented, until his concoctions could weaponize hallucinations into enemy minds. Darts that turned enemies into their own executioners until everything changed. A dream shattered his sleep. Aurelie, caked in mud and light, screaming his name. And then he understood. Laughter would never be enough, not until he healed his own heart first. And Aurelie? She sank, literally, shipwrecked. She fell into the sea, but instead of dying, Atlantis claimed her, trained her, remade her. She learned to fight blind, to hear memories in water, to navigate by tears. She became something new and ancient, on a bridge between fire and ocean, between those who are gone and those still fighting to return. Meanwhile, Ursus stopped sleeping, stopped laughing, stopped believing, until the day the healing bear came to him, reminded him who he truly was. Not a god, not a punishment, but medicine, a guiding flame never destructive. But the world wouldn't wait. War was coming. Nightmares aligned. The siblings, separated by seas and guilt, dreamed the same visions, but saw different truths. Who was right? The laughter hiding pain? The fire that guides but burns? The flower blooming in darkness? The final test came in the Chamber of Roots. Areli faced her reflection. You can't return if you don't know who you are without them. The answer? Courage, healing, forgiveness, real love. Areli didn't fight with weapons, but with breath, truth, her story. Because no one heals without facing the mirror. Because no one returns from the abyss unchanged. Because flowers that burn don't die. Ursus was no longer just strength. Juan no longer just laughter. Areli no longer just the baby sister. They were three parts of one soul. A lighthouse, a remedy, a hope. And when they reunited, the world would shake, where fire and blood recognize each other. The city burned. 3 shadows arrived separately. 3 paths crossed by fate. 3 warriors unaware they were siblings. Juan came first, the ninja cat, smirk intact. They said this was where the party's at. I never miss chaos. The flower of light from Atlantis fell from the ceiling. Who are you, Jester? Launching a spinning kick that one like the skilled ninja he was dodged, only to lose his mask in the process. Ursus entered with a predator's silence. He saw them both, felt something. But the shadows in his mind still weighed too heavily. Back off! Areli reacted with a kick. And who the hell do you think you are? Giving orders? Juan laughed, recognized his brother. Oh man, you picked a fight with a lioness. Never stopping his laughter, he turned to her. And you, why's your nose so damn big?
Areli choked on laughter. Surprised by the question, she exclaimed, What? Is this possible? Juan? Ursus? Are you guys?
They screamed together. Yes, we are, your handsome brothers. The bear roared. Light flashed. Fire swirled with emotion. Ursus' bear emerged. Joy. Peace. His siblings, finally. Areli fell to her knees. Remembered the shipwreck. The night they were torn apart. Juan wept. Not a pretty tear. An explosion. Years of addiction, pain, released. I'm sorry. I got lost. Ursus fell too. Not from pain, but because the weight of reunion was heavier than any sword. The bear touched each, healing deepest wounds. And the bear gave her a tender kiss, Areli, the flower of light, its glow reigniting his heart. And time began again, not in haste, with purpose. Hope's light now blazed from the sword, and in that instant, they knew the true enemy wasn't outside. It was yet to come. Thena screamed. Not human, not animal, something older. Across the alley, a dimensional rift opened. Oni, crow demons. The same ones who, years ago, had corrupted their parents. And the dreaded crow demons. And they'd come for the siblings. But this time, they stood united. Areli stood up.
I am the flower of light of Atlantis. Its energy turned into wind, each movement a dance that cut the air. His hands were fire, his feet war music.
Juan smiled. I am the ninja cat. I warned you that I knew how to make you laugh. Now you will learn that I also know how to make you hallucinate, and you will fight among yourselves. Ursus threw a firebomb. Like any good Ronin attacked first. Juan threw the hallucinatory darts. causing an Oni lord to hit a Tengu in the face.
The dying Tango launched all its crows against the Oni Lord. The darts, the fire, and the crows finished him off, leaving him trapped in the pagoda. A strong demon fell silent, and with him his warriors, but the worst was yet to come. The Tengu, although seriously injured, was still very strong. Days passed, nights burned, the flames and the crows did not stop. The brothers covered each other as if they had always fought together. Areli left Juan with his jokes.
Swords, magic, fire. The bear charging, Areli spinning in the air.
Ursus guarding behind you. It was part of the plan. Juan mocking even while bleeding. This is your welcome plan, brother?
Ursus, like a good Ronin, knows how to run, attracting all the crows with him. And the Tengu, at the mercy of Areli, who with the sword ended the agony of the rival who was already asking for rest. When the Tengu fell, when the ground was filled with silence, the three looked at each other, without saying anything.
But Juan, silent? That is impossible for him. We are in a battle, and you change your clothes as well as I change masks. And your Nina has different hair. Everyone laughed.
After the battles, peace reigned in the city. The rain put out the fire, the sky cleared. The sun, with its magical light, illuminated the city. The trees bloomed, peace. Then suddenly Juan said, "And that's all?" "No, bro. We are just getting started." "Carnal," Ursus said. A scroll fell from the sky. Unfamiliar symbol. Areli held it. Wind whispered, "Atlantis. Atlantis." We share health. Your pain is mine pain. We all have a story that telling and sharing helps us heal. Your healing is my healing. Thank you. God bless you. Iga.